Welcome back to the Capital Wasteland. We're playing Fallout, the board game, with the Ghoul right here now at Red Rocket Station, and the Super Mutant sitting in here with a Brotherhood of Steel warrior. Alright, we have 3 quests that we can go on at the moment. One of them is Vault Rumors, which is kill any raider. One more silver dollar. We are trying as the Ghoul to get down here to the tower. Not quite sure what Super Mutant is up to at the moment, except running away from the very nasty things. We also have Blood for Blood. In the Raider camp, we can discard a companion, which the Raider camp is up here, or we can offer the services ourselves, but we have to make a 4 success check using Strength, Endurance, and Agility, which all 3 things a Super Mutant has. So, might be something for him to think about. Alright, we're going to be starting off with the Ghoul and see what the Ghoul wants to do. And the Ghoul has metal armor and a pipe rifle and a bunch of water Brahmin stakes. Yeah, things are looking pretty good for him. And so let me come right back and we'll decide on what we want to do for the Ghoul. Okay, I think the only viable thing for us, we want to get down to the tower, and we need to reveal this, and we got to stay away from the Death Claw. We're in a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to do a move action first, and we're going to move in here. Now, the bounty hunter is not aggressive, so he will not attack us, but we couldn't camp here. We can't do too much here. But this is a pretty big area, but we can explore here for our second action. So I'm pretty sure we can. I am just going to check the rules. I'm pretty sure you can explore with an enemy in your zone as long as they're non-aggressive, not attacking you. So, be back here in a second. I think we're going to explore this tile. As I knew but wanted to verify, yes, there's no restriction about exploring with an enemy in your same space. So for our second action, we still have 1 movement point left. We are going to explore this tile. And we find Highway 74 Ruin. We have a couple radiation zones, which reminds me of something I got to do, and a couple of rough terrain areas. So that's going to make it difficult for us to get down to the tower. But hey, that's the name of the game. Tower's right here. All right. There's no enemies showing on this, so we're not going to have to place any enemies on the board. Now, we did move into a radiation zone, and I don't know if this will focus. Probably not. Your hit point maximum is 12. When you would suffer radiation, recover that amount of hit points. So we moved into a radiation zone, which would give us 1 rad, but because we're the Ghoul, we heal when we get rads, so let's heal that 1 hit point. Alright, so by moving into the radiation zone, we're going to go from 11 hit points to 12. We're now back to our maximum, and so we can quickly look. We have metal armor giving us 1 shield. Charisma and agility does not give us reroll, so when we have the metal armor on, and our pipe rifle uses perception and agility as rerolls. We don't have agility, but we do have perception. So we can use the pipe rifle per perception check, reroll. But we have to spend a cap to use the pipe rifle. So keep that in mind. We do have 6 of them. And we have water, Brahmin stake, and covert ops training. So I kind of want to get to a settlement at some point and sell a bunch of items so that we have more caps. All right, we have 1 more movement left. So let's go ahead and move our Ghoul 1 more space. Unfortunately for our Ghoul, this is rough terrain. It costs 2 movement to move into the red areas here, because I kind of wanted to sneak down this way, but I can't. And I really don't want to end my turn adjacent to the Death Claw, even though I have metal armor and a pipe rifle. This guy is brutal. So I'm going to take my 1 more step, and we're going to move right back to Red Rocket Station. So really all we did was we moved in here, healed a bit, explored, moved back to Red Rocket Station. Up next is the Super Mutant. Let's see what he's going to do. Okay, the Super Mutant is in here with the Brotherhood of Steel. The Super Mutant wants loot, and he will attack the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't know if you can quite see it here. He's level X, so the Brotherhood of Steel are only level 1 right now. You have to hit him in the arms and legs. They drop loot and they're ranged, but because he's in the same area, there's not going to be no advantage for range for Brotherhood of Steel. So with the first action, the Super Mutant, he's going to attack the Brotherhood of Steel, try and take him out so he can get some loot. So let's get the dice tray set up and roll that attack. And the Super Mutant will have no rerolls because he has no weapons. It's kind of why he's trying to get loot. All right, he is attacking the Brotherhood of Steel, and he needs arms and legs, and he only needs one hit. Come on. And he does get a leg hit. That's going to be enough to take out the Brotherhood of Steel. The Brotherhood of Steel, though, does him 1 damage for 1 hit, but he's only level 1 at the moment. And so the Brotherhood of Steel member has been killed by the super mutant. Doesn't look like he's going to be allying with Brotherhood of Steel by that action. All right, let's go to his player area. He's going to get 1 experience, loot, and he has to take a damage. All right, so the super mutant has this dice result. So he takes his wounds first. He does get hit once. The Brotherhood of Steel right now is level 1. He's going to go from 8 hit points down to 7. That's not great. But he did kill the Brotherhood of Steel, who, I guess we can look here if this will focus nicely. This is the Brotherhood of Steel. They were on this section, X and Y equals 1. So he's first level. So that's why we took 1 damage. He's going to get 1 experience, but he drops loot. That is fantastic. So let's not forget our 1 experience. We're going to go from the XP marker up to the S. Have a long ways to go yet before we level up again, but we get the all-important loot. All right, so we get the loot bag. Let's see what Super Mutant gets. He's hoping it's going to be a weapon, and it's not. It's guns and bullets. Okay. When you camp, if you do not have agility, which he does, you may discard to gain 2 experience. Well, that was not good. Oh, and I forgot. I was going to move that into his armor slot. He's wearing his tuxedo. This is his inventory slot. So I said I was going to do that in the note in the last episode, and I forgot, so I'm doing it now. So he does have formal wear. Gives him 1 shield. Oh, it gives him a shield. Duh. He took the 1 hit, but his formal wear blocked it, giving him back the hit point. Jeez. All right. So he does have 1 armor, and he can use this for charisma. When he does a charisma test, he gets 1 hit or 1 success with it, and he can ignore all the requirements when he's recruiting companions. All right, that was his first action. Let's go back to the board and see what he's going to do with his second action. All right, so here he is. He's just taken out that Brotherhood of Steel member, and he has nothing really aggressively hostile around him at the moment. The Super Mutant's 2 away, Deathclaw 2 away. This guy, everything's 2 away, so nothing's going to attack him outright. I think he's going to take a camp action. All right, let's go to his player area again. He will take a camp action, so he'll get a well-rested token. He gets 3 hit points back, readies all of his exhausted cards, and he could use guns and bullets, but he can't because he already has agility. So let's give him a camp action, and that will be the end of the round, and then we'll look at the agenda card. Okay, so he camps down. He has a camp action. He gets the well-rested token. That's going to give him a reroll on any test or fight, which is awesome. He's going to get 3 hit points back. 1, 2, 3. He's up to 11, so he's creeping his way back to health. And that was it. So 3 health, gets a well-rested. He would refresh any cards. Now, he can't use guns and bullets. When you camp, if you do not have agility, darn it, he does. Otherwise, he would get 2 experience for this. He's just going to have to sell that somewhere or chuck it into the wilds at some point. Well, that's the end of the Ghoul's turn, the end of the Super Mutant's turn. So now we're going to do end of round, which means we're going to pull an agenda card and see which critters are going to activate. All right, it's critter activation time, and we're getting kind of low on the cards. And we'll deal with when the last agenda card's pulled for creature movements, what we do then, because we have to do something. Ooh, man, we have lots of stuff happening. Oh, look, Brotherhood of Steel would activate, but looks like the Super Mutant kind of killed the last one. So that's not happening. Robots are going to activate. We still don't have any robots in the Wasteland, which doesn't bother me. That's a good thing. But looks like raiders are activating, and we have a lot of them. So we're going to have to do a lot of raider activation. Okay, let's do the raiders that are not going to be attacking people immediately. So we have 1, 2, 3. I think we have 4. We have 4 raiders on the board. This raider, or Scum, is going to move into the road, because that's his closest way to get to the Super Mutant. He's activated. This one flips over. Oh yes, he's the looter, of course. Now he's back in the raider camp looting. And this one here was a new one. We don't know what it is. And it is a Raider Psycho. He's aggressive. Okay. So we move into that space with him. He will attack. This guy has ranged the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter will attack the ghoul because he's only one space away. So we're going to have a fight. He's the last raider to activate. We're going to have a fight between the bounty hunter and the ghoul. So the ghoul, I think, is going to spend a cap to be able to use his pipe rifle, which is going to give him only one reroll for perception, and it's going to negate the gun ability from the bounty hunter. So the bounty hunter won't get one automatic hit because we're both using guns. All right, so we have 6 caps. We're going to spend 1 here, which I don't really want to do, but hey, we want to stay alive. So the bounty hunter is attacking us. Let's get out the dice tray. Like I said, we have 1 reroll, and we need 2 hits, arms and legs. He will drop a loot, so let's see what happens with the dust up. I'll get out the tray and we'll roll some dice. All right, we have the bounty hunter coming after us. Doesn't like us being in the Red Rocket Station, so he tries to attack us from ranged, but again, we have the pipe rifle, which we've spent our cap for so we can use it. We can't use agility rerolls, unfortunately, because we're wearing metal armor, but we can use a perception reroll. So we get 1 reroll. We're looking for 2 hits, arms and legs on the bounty hunter. And what do we... Oh, yeah. We get... Actually, I don't even think we're going to have to do a reroll. We have legs, we have body, and we have arms, which I think is good enough for me because that gives us... we need arms and legs. We got an arms and legs, so we kill him. He's dead, and he does us 2 hits. But our metal armor, if we look here, it deflects 1 of the hits. We're only going to take 1 hit. He's level 2, which means we're going to take 2 damage. All right, we got lots to process. We also now have finished Vault Rumors, Kill Any Raider. All right, so we have a quest we've just completed. So we have lots to do. Let's go to the Ghoul player area and get our spoils of war. So this guy is defeated. All right, let's take our experience and do all the things we need to do. All right, so there's lots to cover off here. Try not to miss anything. All right, first thing we're going to do is take our lumps. We took 2 hits from the bounty hunter. He's level 2. That would be 4 damage, but 1 of the hits is negated by our metal armor. So we only take 1 hit, but that's still 2 damage. We go from 12 hit points down to 10. Okay, that's neither here nor there. It's not bad. Now we did kill him because we got legs and arms. Legs and arms. We need to hit him twice. We've killed him. Gives us 2 experience. The nice thing about that is we level up. 1, 2 experience. All right, I want to do the 2 experience right now. I'm going to leave him here because I don't want to forget. We have to replace him, or we have to replace a raider on the board. So handy dandy Crown Royal bag of excitement. Pulling out 2 tokens. What do we get? We get charisma, which we already have, and luck. Ooh. Do we want to try a perk, or do we want to have luck? You know what? I think we're going to take luck. The more tokens you actually have, better off you do later on in the game because it gives you much more options for rerolls. Rerolls are king, allowing you to pass tests, and there's usually lots of tests in all the different quests. All right, we have killed this raider. We got our experience. We leveled up. He drops a loot. Almost forgot about that, but let's not. Now we do have 3 items already, so he drops a loot, and we get astoundingly awesome tails. When you camp, if you do not have luck, oh no, oh, you may discard to gain 2 experience. Well, you know what? We're just going to throw this away. It was not a lucky find. I think we want to keep our Brahmin steak and our water and our covert ops training. It's the same kind of thing. All right, let's go and replace the raider on the board, and then we're going to come back. We have completed a quest. All right, and the closest raider icon is right next door here, so we're going to add another one in there. So we got a Raider Psycho plus another one. They're really clogging up that roadway. All right, so we're still at the end of our first round for the game, and now we have completed Vault Rumors. So let's go ahead, take a closer look at that card, and see what it does for us. All right, so taking a look here, it says many of the Vault Exiles are caught by raiders. So caught by this bounty hunter, which we just took out, you might be able to get something off one of them. So we killed the bounty hunter raider. God, if I can talk properly. We do get an agenda card. Awesome. So we grab an agenda card, just right here. And what is this agenda card? God darn it! Again, for this game really wants us to declare loyalty to the Enclave in a big way. So another victory point, or influence point, but we're looking for Enclave being ahead. Well, maybe we're going to have to change allegiance here if we want to win this game, because now we have 2 of those cards. Oh man, that sucks. I really wanted to help out the Brotherhood of Steel, but hey, maybe we're not going to. So we're going to stage card 68, and we're going to trash this one. So let's go ahead and look at card 68 and get rid of this Vault Rumors. All right, so card 68, Signs of Life. The Raiders had one of the Vault Dwellers' wrist-mounted computers on them. With this, you should be able to contact the people of the inside of the vault or interact with its computer. Okay, so the bounty hunter that we just took out had a wrist Pip-Boy on him. And let's see, so option 1 is there are some supposed exiles from the vault around town. One of them might be able to show you how to use the Pip-Boy. So we can do a quest action at any settlement. And intelligence and luck 4 tests. We do have intelligence and luck. We're going to be able to have 2 rerolls. We need 4 successes. We go to any settlement. We would get an agenda card. We would add 71, and then we would trash this card. Option 2, and none of this is going to be hidden information, of course, because it's a staged quest card. The Pip-Boy should be able to interface directly with the vault entrance, but you'll need an extra set of hands there. So we can go to Vault 84 with any companion. Wow, that would give us 4 experience. Could add card 71 and trash this. So that is basically Signs of Life. That's a new quest now available to us. Pretty good stuff. Now, the tower is a settlement. So once again, I think the Ghoul wants to get down to the tower. That's going to be the end of the round. Wow, that took a long time, and a lot happened in that very first round. I think we have time to do one more round for, or one more turn for Ghoul Super Mutant. Basically, one more round. So let's get back to the map. Back to the Ghoul. He's up again to begin the next round. Okay, like I said, I think I really want to get the Ghoul down to the tower. The tower is way down here, and we got a Deathclaw hanging around. We're going to get away from the masses of enemies, though. So we're going to do a move action. We're going to do a move action twice. Or should we? Yeah, Yes, we're going to do move action twice. We're going to move in here. Now we've moved into a radiation zone. We take a rad, but because we're the Ghoul, we don't take a rad. We heal a hit point. And so I think you can just see on the bottom. No, you can't. Anyway, we're at 10 hit points. We're going to go to 11. So I'm just going to do that kind of off screen at the bottom of the screen here. So we heal a hit point for going into the radiation zone. But now we can't move anywhere more else because it costs 2 movement to go into the hazardous terrain. So we're kind of hooped ourselves there. We have 1 more movement point left, but we're just going to forfeit it. We're going to then move again. And so moving again gives us 2 movement points. We're going to move into this section, which is just rough terrain, for 2 movements. So we are getting our way down to the tower, but it's still going to take us a while to get there. Yeah, so tough stuff. We don't have any raiders around. We don't have anything around us except this Deathclaw. And he is, oh man, he is nasty. And he's aggressive. So if he moves, and he moves into this highway, he's going to block us off, which, yeah, well, tough. He's hunting around looking for us too. So that's basically the Ghoul's turn. Very sort of uneventful, but we're just traveling at the moment to get down to the tower. Up next, the Super Mutant is going to take a turn, and let's see what the Super Mutant's going to do. All right, well, the Super Mutant fancies himself maybe turning into the new Raider leader. He doesn't seem to be able to get all the way down to Project Purity anytime soon. So I think he's just going to do, as well, a couple of move actions. He does have an aggressive, oh man, he has an aggressive Psycho here, which he could try to take out for loot. Does he want to do that? I think he's going to go for the looter, though. He's going to do a move action. It costs him 2 move to go into rough terrain. So there you go. That's his first movement action. And then for his second movement action, he is going to go move into here. Now, the looter is not aggressive. The looter is not going to do anything to him unless raiders activate, which takes us now to the end, basically, of the round. So it was just movement for both the Ghoul and the Super Mutant this time. But now we're going to be pulling our final agenda card before we're going to have to reshuffle agenda cards. So that means it's basically the end of an entire, I don't know what you want to call it, not a round, entire deck of agenda cards. So something else, it will happen. All right, so let's pull that agenda card. We're going to see which enemies activate. So enemy activation time, and we really don't want to see a Death Claw, and it is, ooh, just Raiders. All right, no, just Raiders is okay. It's okay because that's good for the Super Mutant, because the Looter is going to try to take on the Super Mutant. Yeah, good luck with that. All right, I have to go to the board here, and we have to figure out which Raiders are moving and which direction and where. So let me just zoom in a bit so we can see it a little more clearly, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're going to do the fight with the Looter last. This Raider here is going to flip over, and this is going to be, what do we got here? Raider Scum. So he just flips over, doesn't move anywhere. This guy's going to move. He's 1-2 away from the Super Mutant, 1-2 away from the Ghoul. So we'll roll a 6-sided. 1, 2, 3 Ghoul, 4, 5, 6 Super Mutant. Of course, everybody gunning for the Super Mutant. So he will go this way. So that was these two. This Raider is going to attack the Super Mutant, so we'll just leave him for a second. This guy is 1, 2, 3 away. So he will probably go north here. Come around the easier way to get to the Super Mutant. And that is all Raiders activated. Now we're going to have the dust up between the little minuscule Looter here and the Super Mutant. If the Super Mutant can take out the Looter, he will get a loot. Just needs to hit him in the legs once. He's only level 1. Let's get out the dice tray and roll him. All right, so the Looter tries to sneak up behind the Super Mutant, bash him over the head, and steal his Guns and Bullets magazine and his formal wear. Let's see if that doesn't happen. So the Super Mutant has no rerolls. He has an armor, though. So he's going to roll 3 dice. We're looking for 1 leg hit. And, oh yeah, Super Mutant has no problem beating the Looter senseless and looting him. All right, so we got the leg hit. We're killing the Looter. This guy's dead. But the Super Mutant's going to take 2 hits. All right, we're going to have to go over to the Super Mutant's area and deal with the ramifications of that little dust up. All right, here we are with the Super Mutant's play area. The Super Mutant took 2 hits, but he has his formal wear, which is 1 shield. It's only going to give him 1 hit. The Looter's only level 1. That's only 1 damage. So he's going to go from 11 to 10 hit points. He's still pretty beefy, not a big deal. Now we hit the Looter in the legs once. The Looter's killed. That's going to give the Super Mutant an experience. Boom. 1 experience. This guy drops loot. All right. And the Super Mutant wants loot, and the Super Mutant gets Piper. Wow, okay. This is, wow, it's a loot card. He gets an ally out of this. Exhaust to explore an adjacent tile. Wow, which would not cost an action. He can just explore an adjacent tile for free. If you are vilified, keep this companion when it unexhausts. Otherwise, the companion doesn't really do much for him, but he might be able to throw the companion to the wolves if he needs to. Because there's a couple quests out on the board right now. He can go to the Raider camp, discard Piper, and complete that quest without having to do much else. So that's pretty awesome, really. This guy, of course, toasted, needs to be replaced on the board, so let's go ahead and do that next. And of course the closest Raider symbol is the one that the Super Mutant's standing on, and boom, there we go. The next shuffled Raider goes into the space. Of course he's face down, so in the next turn the Super Mutant will be able to interact with the Raider camp. Awesome. All right, that was the end of the round. I'm going to zoom out a bit here because we have to reshuffle the agenda cards. We're going to have to move our faction track, both factions down the track one, which is kind of the timer of the game. So let me just get set up here, and we'll end off our episode. All right, so I'm doing things kind of long distance here. So we've exhausted the cards in our agenda deck. We have no more to flip over. So we're going to do a shuffle here, and I'll probably shuffle some more later. Anyway, so you get the idea. We shuffled this deck. Well, now we have a new agenda deck set up. But what that means is, I know this is long distance, but our faction track, both factions now, because we're doing a two-player game. If it was solo, slightly different rules. Two-player game, both the Brotherhood and the Enclave gain influence on the track. They've now become level 2s. So both Brotherhood of Steel and Enclave are now level 2 warriors out on the board. And the first player token, which I'm just using a little 5 marker, is going to go over to the Super Mutant. Doesn't change the turn order. So when we come back in the next episode, Ghoul's going first, then the Super Mutant. It just means the first player now is the Super Mutant. And it can have certain effects in the game where first player gets to choose things. All right, so we got a swarm of bugs. We've got stingwings, and we got a mole rat, a rad roach, and we got lots of raiders. We got a psycho, a couple raider scums. We have a face-down raider in the raider camp. Stingwing here. We got the Super Mutant skirmisher who he got to Megaton. Guess he's hunting for information on where to go. And we have a Death Claw out here in the hostile area. We as the Ghoul are trying to sneak down here to the tower, hopefully avoiding that Death Claw. He is bad news. And that's where we sit. So thanks so much for watching along. This is Follow the Board Game. We're doing a two-player game of the Capital Wasteland with the Ghoul, which we are playing from our perspective, and the Super Mutant. And so far we have 3 measly influence. Super Mutant has 1. We're really looking for cards to ally ourselves with Brotherhood of Steel, but we've got to keep getting agendas. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.